You read that title correct. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I am talking about. This strategy is very, very easy to use. It's a scalping strategy on the 1 minute. It can be used on every single asset, but I recommend you guys to use it on the main forex pairs like AUD USD, GBP USD, Euro USD. But of course, go ahead and do your own backtest. As I said, the strategy will take place on the 1 minute, and all we need is these two indicators, the exponential moving average, EMA. You click it, and then you go on the settings, you select the length to 200 and you click OK. And the second indicator is the RSI, the relative strength index. You click it, you go right here, and all I want you to do is go on style and remove the RSI based moving average. We do not need that. Okay, so if you're ready, guys, let's get right into it. What are the rules? The rules are very simple. Firstly, I want you to go to the RSI again, okay, and the middle line, the 50 line, I want you to select it as a line, not as a dotted line. Okay, so click line, and you can also, I don't know, you can choose a significant color for you to easily see it. Perfect. After this, let me tell you the entry rules. The entry rules sound like this. If we want to enter buys, we need to be above the 200 EMA, and we have to wait after a break of structure to the upside. We have to wait for a pullback below the 50 level, and after the pullback, I want to see a candlestick pattern in the buy direction. Basically a bullish engulfing, a doji, a evening star, whatever you want to call it. I want to see a bullish candlestick confirmation. That's when I enter, and I enter with a 1-to-2 risk to reward rate ratio. Okay, now it's up to you. If you want to use a bigger risk to reward, you can go for it. If you want to use a smaller one, you can go for it. Just know that the bigger the risk to reward, the smaller the win rate, and the smaller the risk to reward, the bigger the win rate, but the smaller the risk to reward. Okay, it's very self-explanatory. The same goes for sells. For sells, we have to be below the 200 EMA. We have to see a pullback after a break of structure above the 50 level, and then we have to see a bearish candlestick pattern to go for a sell. Okay, it's very, very simple. And I also recommend you to trade during session times, meaning during London or New York session. I don't recommend you to trade this strategy during Asian session, but of course, please, after you watch the video, go ahead and backtest it yourself. Okay, do not take everything for granted. Go ahead and backtest it yourself, train your eye, and then you can start using it. That's just my opinion, of course. So let's get into some examples, some very recent examples. I'm going to use recent price action. You know me that I always like to do this and no go back in time. Right here, this is a perfect example. Okay, so let's use the bar replay. So we have all the rules met. We are above the 200. We broke structure to the upside. Now we have a pullback below the 50 level. Okay, we are basically trading with the trend. This is a trend trading strategy with a set of confluences, you know. So after this, all we wait for is a candlestick confirmation to go for a buy. And this is the bullish engulfing, very clear to see. And you will enter the buy right here after the candle closes. Remember, this is on the 1 minute. You got to be very fast. You'll get trades after trades. Stop loss will be right below the previous low, and again, take profit. Also, for the people that do not have time to trade forex every single day or still struggle being profitable while trading forex but still want to get setups like this, I highly recommend you check out my free signal group on Telegram. The link is down below. This setup was literally sent today. It was a buy limit pending order. All we do is send pending orders, because like this, every single one of you will be able to make profits from the signals, and this one was sent in the VIP. Of course, if you want to upgrade to the VIP, where we do VIP live weekly coaching sessions every single week, you can do that from the free signal group. Okay, enjoy and thank me later. Is really up to you. You can either have a dynamic take profit and aim for the previous high, which in this case would give you a 4R. You can have a fixed take profit and aim for a 1-to-2. You can do whatever you want. Okay, in this situation, I think both cases would have been a winning case. Okay, so if you would have aimed for this high, you would have made 4R in one single trade. Okay, very beautiful. Now let's move on to the next example. Again, here, this is our next example. It doesn't really have to go below it. It can only be a wick. It can only be like a leg below the 50 level on the RSI, and you can count that. Okay, so here again we have a break-off structure, we have a pullback, we are above the 200 EMA, and we are approaching the 50 level. But let's see if we go below the 50 level. Oh, we go below it. Now we wait for a bullish candlestick confirmation to go in for a buy. That's not it. That's more like it. That's more like it. So you would enter right here, stop loss right below the low, and for this case, since you're already at that high, you can aim for a 1-to-1. I would probably aim for a 1-to-1 here if I'm using a dynamic take profit, and this would have been another win. Let's see if we would have aimed for 1-to-2, if this would have been a win as well, and yeah, it was. So that's another win. Let's go through one more buy example, and then I'm gonna try and find you a sell example, because it's really simple, guys. Like it's really it's really simple, guys. It's really simple to understand it, it's really simple to follow it, but you gotta be fast because it's happening all on the 1 minute. Of course, if you want to, you can use the same exact strategy and try it on the 5 minute or the 15 minute if you want to have less setups. Okay, but please go and backtest it first. You just use the bar replay on TradingView. It's very helpful. That's how I like to backtest strategies, and just go for it. Again, we have a break-off structure, we have a pullback, we are above the 200 EMA, and now we are below the 50 level. We wait for a bullish candlestick pattern, and we got it right here. This for me is a doji. I would enter right on the candle closure. Stop loss would have been right here. And take profit, I would probably aim for this week right here, which would give me a nice 4R. And check this out, lovely. So 3 winning trades in a row. This one was 4R, this one was 2R, and the first one was 4R. So literally 10R made in one single day. This is literally from today, guys. Okay, so you can see how powerful this strategy can be if used correctly. So now again, we had a lot of setups here, most of them winning, I guess. Yeah, most of them were probably wins. This one was a win, this one was a win, this one was a win, this one wasn't valid, but it would have been a win. You can really use it as your take profit level. You can really use the previous high for a buy, as I did right here, instead of a fixed take profit. Like this you will have a dynamic take profit, and you will sometimes have a much better risk to reward rate than if you have a fixed take profit. So here, look, check this out. This is a valid sell setup. After this one, I think I will wrap up the video because the rules are very simple to understand, and I'm pretty sure that you guys understood everything. So right here, we have a BOS. Now we have a pullback, and we are below the 200 EMA. Now we wait for a cross above the 50 level, which we have, okay? And now we wait for a candlestick confirmation to enter a sell, okay? Oh, we touched the 200, but we are not above it yet. And we get the sell entry right there, okay? So we would have entered right. Oh, no, actually no, because we would have waited for a candle closure and we didn't got it yet. This would have been our entry. This would have been our entry because we saw this bearish momentum, this bearish engulfing. I mean, you could have entered based off this previous candle too, considering it as a hanging man, because that's also a very important candlestick pattern. And if you did, then your risk to reward would have been a lot better, because you would have literally entered there, and you would have literally entered there. Your stop loss would have been above the wick, and you could have aimed for a crazy risk to reward rate. Really, like, check this out. If you would have aimed for this low here, you would have made a 23R trade. You know, that would have been insane if you enter with the hanging man formation. So yeah, this goes to show that if you use a dynamic take profit, you aim for previous highs or lows, you will be able to get a better risk to reward rate, but also expect a smaller win rate. Okay, expect a smaller win rate with a bigger risk to reward. And also, if you get trades like this one that will offer you a crazy risk to reward rate, because from time to time you will encounter trades like this one. Let's say you aim for this low right here for a 20R. Okay, I would recommend after you go 1 to 3, 1 to 4 in profit, which would be around here, to start trailing the stop loss. You know, candle by candle, start trailing the stop loss and try to put it at the top of the candle if it's a sell. So right here, after this candle closed, after the next candle closed and this one started, you would have moved it right here, and then eventually you would have either took profit here or stopped out at 10R or something like that, you know. If again, only if the take profit looks like this, you know, like you have a crazy R trade. If you have a normal 1 to 3, even 1 to 4, I would say just leave it as is. Just leave it as is, you know, let it run. And yeah guys, this is literally it. Like, these are the rules. As you saw, I literally used recent price action. You can go ahead, do the same, backtest it to get the hang of it. But again, this strategy is really self-explanatory, really simple to use. Look, again, another live example, but here I wouldn't have entered. I wouldn't have entered because this wasn't a bullish engulfing for me, but this would probably be a win as well. But yeah guys, that being said, this was pretty much the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed the strategy. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Also, feel free to share the video, and if there's any questions, please drop them down below. I always make sure to reply to every single one of you. All right, till next time, I wish you all the best, and take care.